This week I'm looking at a van, and it is a van. This is the Mercedes Citan 111 extra long wheelbase. It's Euro 5 compliant in this spec, however the new ones are Euro 6. Now when I say it's a van, it's because it's panelled up to the heavens in the back. It doesn't have much sound deadening, but it is the perfect working van for a multitude of reasons. The commuting test is a new one, and it's just really there to be based on the comfort, the easiness. Do I end up at my destination stressed? Do I end up at my destination not stressed? The magical thing is that with this van, you generally don't end up too stressed. While the seating position can be a bit upright, it doesn't break your back in the long run. And now for the most amazing thing is that with this van came the facility of all this extra space I'm not used to. So in preparation for tour prep, guys have left their equipment in the back of the van, and there is no difference to power or economy, and it still handles the same. So it's taken all this extra weight, and it's still just as easy to commute with. Powered by a 1.5 litre diesel engine, which you will also find in its Renault counterpart. This can potentially achieve, on paper, 60 to 65 miles per gallon. I've personally seen it between 50 and 55, so the 60 and 65. I would assume that their speculation of 60 to 65 miles per gallon is based on you doing 60 miles per hour with not a heavy load on the vehicle. The economy test is, as per usual, my most important thing. So this says it can get 65 miles per gallon in an ideal environment. So already I've seen it get to around about 53, 54 miles per gallon, but on a long run now, I'm talking 400 miles. What economy are we going to turn around? 400 miles isn't easy in any vehicle, but for a panel van to do it with ease shows just how well built it is. While road noise wasn't as quiet as a Rolls Royce, it also wasn't overwhelming. The seats were comfy, the radio sounded good, and it was a super easy vehicle to drive. Whenever I stopped, I didn't fear getting back in and driving again. It didn't even cross my mind. It was just a great place to be. Some many hours later, maybe some stops are intended / not intended, maybe KFC happened, maybe it didn't. I've arrived and I got just over 50 miles per gallon, which, considering the traffic, the A road, the B road, the fluctuation in speed, and the at times just sat idling, it's really good. Now the only comment I would have is that as it's a panel van, you don't have sound deadening. On long trips it does start to get laborious, a bit tedious in fact. But you can deal with that, because 50 miles per gallon out of a panel van with a semi-decent load in the back is pretty impressive. Now the load I had on while doing this was a medium load. It wasn't anything too heavy, but it was just enough to take all my equipment. So for it to still be able to get that with a passenger and take me a long distance, I was quite happy with that. Comfort wise, you have all basic amenities that you could possibly want in a van, including this touchscreen radio and nav. Now, all I would say is that because the screen is so small, it can be a tiddly bit fiddly to use while you're driving. Now, while I know it's advised that you don't touch a radio while you drive, everyone does it. It so happens that this is a little bit harder, so you actually probably won't. Maybe that's a good safety feature. I'm going to try something a bit different for the load capacity, because it can't take loads and loads and loads of heavy weight, but it has a huge area to take that weight in. So if you had big light boxes or big light items that you needed to fit in, it'd be perfect. So I've already got about half a load of what I would normally take. I'm now going to put up a load of IKEA boxes and see how many it can take on top of that. A base spec Citan starts around 14,000, and this one is, I believe, up towards the high-end 17s. With that, you get a load of assists. You get a rear view camera, you get parking aid. Comes with all the extra things that you would want in a van that you can't actually see out the back of as well. Styling wise, Mercedes have just done what they need to do to make this look like a van and stand out a bit more than your standard Citroen Berlingo or your Transit Connect. Inside, it's decent with a good amount of hard-wearing plastics, and nothing feels like it's going to break on me. This really is a van that in its entirety is just perfect for just what you would need it to do. You don't buy one of these because you want to go racing at the weekend. You don't buy one of these because you want to fit in at the golf club. You buy one of these because you need something that's reliable, that can take a lot of equipment, that will fit in an industrial estate with no problems, will fit in at your local Wicks. It's hard wearing, it's affordable, it's practical to use in every single way. My only real criticism is that there aren't enough cup holders, and of where they are, they don't take your bigger drinks. So that large milkshake's probably not going to fit in one of these. So bear that in mind if you like big milkshakes.